So I'm pissed. Let me tell you why. I'm taking my son to school the other day. He in the back seat talking about he don't want to go to school no more. I'm like, why? He like, because it's boring. I'm like, if that means you too smart for this school, I'm fucked up because I can't help you either. He was like, no, it's because there's this new kid and he don't want to play with me and none of my friends want to play with me anymore because he's here. So my first thought is that he's getting bullied. I'm like, who is this kid? What's his name? He says, Adam. I said, and Adam doesn't play with you? He says, no. I'm like, what about your other friends? Like, they don't play with me either. So now I'm heated, right? So I drop him off at school. I go to the teacher and say, hey, I wonder if I can speak to you about my son. She's like, oh, great, because I've been meaning to talk to you. Your son is doing really well in math, all these praises. I said, bitch, I'm not here for that. There's a boy in his class named Adam that's picking on him. I want to see who this kid is, right? So I'm expecting this husky, dark-skinned, dirty braid kid when I walked to the class. On contraire, this boy was gorgeous. I think he was mixed with Puerto Rican and Jesus. He had finger waves here, braids at the top, and then curls in the back. I don't know how it happened, but this guy was stunning. Mind you, these kids are only 5 years old, right? I look at my son and say, hey, is that the boy? He says, yes. He's sitting super cool in his chair. Adam is the one who I'm talking about, right? Adam asked the teacher, could he take his shirt off because it's hot? This guy proceeded to take his shirt off. Not like how normal kids would take their shirt off, right? Struggle from the top. He took his shirt off like he was a runaway model at Rip the Runway in Brazil. Do you hear me? Pissing me off, right? Now, the reason it's pissing me off is because my son, in his own right, is a stud, right? Pretty handsome, if you ask me. I could be biased, but if you ask me, he's pretty handsome. But this boy was shutting my son down. You hear me? It was a reason nobody wanted to play with him. Because this goddess was in the class now. As he took the shirt off, he proceeded to fold this white t-shirt up. I said, man, that white t-shirt, that hue on that white t-shirt is phenomenal. I caught a glimpse at there was a red tag at the bottom of the shirt. This guy had a Supreme white t-shirt on. It just was white with a little Supreme at the bottom. Blew my mind, right? He goes, folds his shirts up, put it back in his book bag, gets sit back in his table. So I walk up on the boy, and he is coloring within the lines. I told you before, he's 5 years old. He's coloring in the lines. I look at my son, I said, AJ, did you like Angel? And he was like, yeah. I said, well, you should have shot your shot before he got here because that's dead. I said, son, look down at your shoes. He proceeded to look down at his shoes. His daddy, me, is dark-skinned. Therefore, I dress him like he's dark-skinned. He had a pair of Walmart shoes on, which I thought was okay. Then I said, son, look at his shoes. This guy had gum-bottom wheat Timbs on at 5 years old. I didn't have my first pair of wheat Timbs until I was 25. He 20 years in the game already. It looked like his parents was Laura London and Laura London. That's how gorgeous this guy was. It looked like his uncles was the dude from Grey's Anatomy with the colored eyes. It looked like the dude that got arrested with the mugshot had Benjamin Button disease and was reincarnated in this little kid because this guy was phenomenal. I had to take my son out of school